Hey there, Wally here. I'm going to talk about my 4 most played Nintendo Switch games in anticipation of Nintendo Switch 4th anniversary. That's right, Nintendo Switch has been around for 4 years, 4 great years, and I've played a lot of hours on this thing. So let's get down to my 4 top most played Nintendo Switch games as of today. But before we do, please in the comments, let me know what your top 4 Nintendo Switch games are. I would love to hear all about it, and I'm curious to see what those games are. My 4th most played Nintendo Switch game is Stardew Valley at 125 hours. This is a great social farming simulator, basically the heir apparent to Harvest Moon. I know there's Stories of Seasons, but Stardew Valley just hit that itch to just relax and play and unwind and do these repetitive tasks that are actually quite fun. Going to the mines, mining ore, defeating bad guys there, going fishing, doing events, checking out the calendar, socializing, and it's getting to know all these cool inhabitants that all have their own characteristics. And on top of that, I got to play this online with my friend who loves this game, and then also got to talk to my coworker that is just fanatical about Stardew Valley. And now I understand why everyone loves this. And with the new 1.5 update that came out for the Nintendo Switch pretty recently, it's just going to add a lot more content, new farm layouts, new things to do, new content, and I can't see this stopping for the near future. I definitely have to jump back into this game, but I have so many games that need my attention, especially other games in this genre, including Littlewood, which I'm going to be talking about on my channel as well. But Stardew Valley is one of those games that I would play in handheld mode. I would play docked. I would play, I'm going to play co-op on the same system when I can. It's just so much fun to play this game. It's charming, the visuals, it's relaxing, it's everything you want this type of game to be. My 3rd most played Nintendo Switch game is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, that has to be in pretty much almost everyone's top 4, top 5, top 10 most played Nintendo Switch games, because this is the game that defined the Nintendo Switch. This is the game that looked like it was going to be a Wii U exclusive, but eked out and became a stellar, phenomenal launch title for the Nintendo Switch. They really sell the idea that this is a system that is going to be both a handheld and a console experience. This is the type of game that is showcasing the power of the Nintendo Switch. And I know we all get used to it, accustomed, and almost take advantage of the Switch being able to play a game like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in handheld. But go back 7, 8, and 10 years ago, and that wasn't even feasible. So being able to take this big world and put it on the Switch, where I was able to play Breath of the Wild 2 times over, one for my own enjoyment, and the other playthrough for this YouTube channel, I was able to go through it twice. And it never got boring, it never got dull. There's always something new to find. And even to this day, I'm seeing people on YouTube post videos of just doing new crazy things that I didn't even think about. And there's so much depth and layers in exploring Hyrule, exploring this world as Link. And it's just so much fun, so much joy to be had in this fantasy realm, and that I could sink 200 hours more, 1,000 more hours. I could sink so much more time into it. It's just that good. My 2nd most played Nintendo Switch game is going to have to go to Animal Crossing New Horizons at 290 solid hours. I've been pretty much playing this just a little bit every single day for almost a year since it came out, and it's another game that just doesn't get dull. There's always something to do in it. You can rebuild different parts of your island if you get tired of it. You can redecorate. There's always different kind of events, from Festival to Halloween events to New Year's and Christmas. There's always been something to constantly keep me coming back. There is basically Nook Miles, quests that you can do in order to just be a completionist, like unlock everything if you want to. Maybe you want to collect every single furniture, or you just want to keep on playing around and going to other people's islands, like your friends or dream islands. Like, there's always stuff being added, and I'm pretty sure as of today, as long as this video goes up on time, we're gonna get access to the Mario 35th anniversary Animal Crossing items, and that's just a blast. So this is the kind of game that really got us through a tough 2020. To the players that actually played this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's one of those games that just was nice to have after a long day, or things weren't going right, or just experiencing the things going on with our world. And it was just really cool to jump into this. My spouse, she has over 1,000 hours. This is her game. Her Nintendo Switch is basically an Animal Crossing machine, and it's just exciting to see everyone finally jumping on board with Animal Crossing. It's a series that I've loved ever since the first game came out in the West on the Nintendo GameCube, and it's a must-play game in my book. But before we move on to my #1 most played Nintendo Switch game, please leave a like if you like this video. If you don't, that's fine as well, but if it helps, I like you, so thank you for watching this video. Also, please leave a comment, like I said earlier, what is your most played Switch games? I would love to read all about it. And now let's talk about a couple of runner-ups that didn't quite hit the top 4. This is the 4th year I'm talking about my 4 most played games. It's definitely Paladins Champions of the Realm. Awesome team-based first-person fantasy shooter that is free to play. I definitely put in like 100 hours on that sucker. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Love that. Was waiting for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game to finally come back to a Nintendo system. We have Dragon Quest XI S. That also was a really stellar role-playing experience. And then, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I'm still getting through to this day. I'm trying to do, everything that I can. Any kind of quest that pop up, I try to take care of that. So those are another 4 games that I played a lot on Nintendo Switch, and I can definitely see myself coming back to each and every one of them. Now, without further ado, my top most played Nintendo Switch game, drumroll, is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Yes, if you have been following my channel, you probably aren't surprised. I mean, I'm super excited for Monster Hunter Rise coming out, and hey, I may play that more than this game. I've sunk in 440 plus hours in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for Nintendo Switch. This was the game I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for a full-fledged Monster Hunter experience, plus one that celebrated the entire series, because I've been playing since the first game, and it's really cool to see locations and places and monsters from the first game that I loved so much, and the third game that I played on Wii U and 3DS, and the 4th game that I played on 3DS, and all the way up, just everything all into one. It's just a great experience, like about 100 plus monsters total. There's never a dull moment. There's never, what's it called, a lack of armor or weapons or things to do in this game. There's hundreds of quests. It's just bonkers how much they stuffed into this one game. Content rich. That term was meant for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and that is why I played this for over 440 hours. I think this is 445. I could definitely put some more mileage into this one if I wanted to, but Monster Hunter Rise is coming out right around the corner, and I am going to be playing that sucker a whole lot, and I hope you are too, because this is a great series. Please jump on board. We always need more players in the Monster Hunter community that are just happy to be playing and having a lot of fun, because at the end of the day, that's what games are all about, and that's what the Nintendo Switch has been all about for me. A lot of fun, 4 years of fun, so many great games. So please go ahead, pick up a game that you enjoy, relax, have fun with it, because that is gaming. As always, thanks for joining the party. Thanks for celebrating Nintendo Switch's 4th anniversary with me. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you in the next exciting video.